you just got your Canon cake printer and you can't figure out how to put it together. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to do it so you don't need a drink. I'm just kidding, guys, but that's basically what this printer feels like when you put it together. There's a few easy things that you can do with this printer. This is the TR7620A, part of the 7600 series for the Canon printer. It has a nice screen and some other things, and this is what it's gonna look like when it comes out. And then you can just like take this off. It's basically a sticker, and you just take it off and you put it on your cake. And it has a couple sizes that you can do too. So let's dig into this setup. So you're gonna get some things, depending on what you get. You might get some extra items. Just know this will connect your internet. This goes on the port on the back. Hopefully you know how to set this up, but these little ports inside of this bag, I recommend just downloading the Canon printer app and then connecting it that way through your Wi-Fi if you can do that. If not, just use that to plug into your internet router. Here we have some extra things that came with this printer, so I guess I got a good deal. I don't think you guys will get that. This is part of the PIXMA series. So let's say, how do I do this thing? How do I get this printer working? Well, first off, I'm gonna show you how you turn it on. So I just want you guys to turn it on. And when you turn it on, I want you just to follow every instruction on this screen. Now, the main thing with this printer is it has a home, and you can go home, you can copy, fax, scan, print. You've got all these other things. I found it really a pain, so that's why I'm making this video of how to actually use this printer, because it really was a pain to get to this point. So here's a nice print off with this printer, and you can actually just set it right up here on this nice little section. It really doesn't do much, but you can set your paper there if you've got some sugar paper that came with this cake printer. So here, we'll go right down here, and I wanna take a look at this first. So when you get your printer, it's gonna look like this, probably. I mean, unless it's open, probably shouldn't be open. Of course, I hope you know how to plug it in. You just plug your power cord in. Power cord will then connect from the back side right here. Just make sure you plug it in, of course. A lot of people don't plug stuff in. Not saying who, but some people don't plug stuff in, it doesn't work. So yes, PIXMA, nice logo there. You can put your sheets on there. I think the main thing is you just put your sheets on there, whatever sugar sheets you have. These are fairly big, but it will fit. I'm gonna show you how. So power it on, get it going. You got things going here. And there's actually this hidden thing. I know it's crazy, right? But right down here at the bottom, this is where you put your paper in. And I know this is like one of the biggest things, and it'll say like the cassette drive is open, blah, 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 blah. You can put all these different types of papers in here, and it actually will figure it out. So there's an additional step. If you have bigger paper, you want to flip this thing open right here, this little side thing, and that's going to help you set those papers. And I have it all the way set up. Of course, you can go all the way up, depending on what your size, and even says little size labels right here. And then you're going to put your paper on. We have bigger paper, and then I recommend just popping this thing back on. It should pop right on if you have it in the right direction, so don't force it. So let's see here. I say don't force it, but here we are. Almost there, guys. The slide's under this thing right here, and I'm using one hand, so that's not too conducive. So let's just get this in here. There we go. Oh, why did I take this off? Seriously, I wanted to show you guys, that's why. Here we go. Pop back in there. I'm gonna put the camera down for a second. It's gonna look like this. Now, you just wanna put your paper in there, so we're gonna do that real quick. Grab some paper. Some nice paper. Make sure it's on the textured side or whatever your instructions are. And then you just put the paper in here. You're gonna pop this thing all the way out. It actually does come all the way out. All the way down. Pop it in here. Make sure you have your things aligned. And then make sure it's flat. All the way down. You could do like a little tap at the top here. I'm doing this with one hand. It's really impossible, guys. I'm gonna pop this back in, make sure it just clicks. You'll hear that. And then we're gonna do back here is there's another step here, is you actually, it'll recognize what the paper is. So you're gonna choose yes, cassette paper. Then there's another thing you have to do here. There's another knob here, and you're gonna wanna lift up here. I know it sounds crazy, but this is the mode it likes to print in. You go over here, and there's a little thing down here. See the little knob? We're gonna pull this out, Make sure it's the right one. This thing right here pulls out one more, and then it pulls back. It took me forever to figure this out. That's why I made this video. And then you can either print, fax. Again, I would use your Canon app. And then when you click print in your Canon app or something, it will print. Now the catch is it has to be the right letterhead. So you need to make sure your formatting is at the right letterhead. You can see what it comes out as. You see this little edge here. When it does print out, it does this and brings that back. So you can choose what your options are. Choose your Canon print app and make sure that it's 12 by whatever A4, A5, or whatever the freaking sizes are. And that's gonna set you up really good on this one. Set this up. It also has an alignment. I'm gonna show you first. This is what you're gonna wanna do first. And if you see the alignment option, come and do the alignment option. But if you go to your settings right here, you may wanna do this first. You can align it. Let me go back. So the back button's right here. And then you see your settings. You go over here, and I want you guys to go to maintenance. And this is where you do print head alignment auto. If you click that, that'll set it up and walk you through the process of doing that. But you're gonna have to put some paper in the bottom one that I just showed you. Then it'll align your head so that you have straight paper for the size that you're working with. And here's your back button. Back one more, but you can look at some different things there. There are some other features of this printer, like scan, where you can scan up here. This is at the end of your print alignment. It'll ask you to then put that paper right here. This is all you do. You put it right here under your scanner. So you'll get something like this after you align it. You'll have some other instructions you can follow. And then the main thing is you just set it down back here. Make sure your edge is exact, and you'll shut your scanner. And that will complete the alignment process for you. It may do some noises. Just follow that process. So align your printer. That's how you print. That's how you turn it on. That's how you get it going. But the main thing is you can make some cakes, and this thing just peels right off like a sticker. And eventually it'll come out like this when it's done. It'll come out of this area right here, and you'll be ready to roll when it's done printing. If you have any issues, comment, and I'll try to get back to you on this one. As I know I had some trouble, I'll do my best to answer the question for you just for the initial setup. I'm not an expert, just wanted to put that out there. I'm just trying to help people out because the instructions out there for this PIXMA cake printer, weren't too great, to be honest with you, the TR7620A. But with that being said, a lot of them should be similar to this, so it should be very similar to what you're doing here. And I'm thinking that overall, it's a pretty good setup, but just a pain to set up. So leave a like if this is helpful, and subscribe. See ya.